Hello ladies and gentlemen! Welcome to the Pickle Engines Showmatch Season 3. That's right, we've done 3 of these. If you weren't there for the first 2, I don't blame you, no one was. Yep, we're doing it. So today, we're going to be seeing 2 incredible teams. We're going to be seeing Doomfist Doors, a team made of 5 of my very close, wonderful personal friends, and they are, of course, going to be up against Winston Wheelies. I gotta remember which side each one is. Now, these names, very carefully picked. Obviously, you must have heard of the whole Doors versus Wheels debate, but a little bit of lore behind Winston Wheelies. They actually used to be, or 4 of the members of that team used to be, on a team together called Winton Wheels. Now, we don't own the rights to that name, so we changed it a little bit, so let's do our best not to get sued here. So, as you know, this is the 3rd show match that we're doing. It's been a long time since the last one, and that's not our fault, don't blame us. I'm going to talk us through the games just a little bit, but first let's take a look at the teams and who's going to be competing. Also, if you see me running off screen for any reason, I am producing, observing, and casting this all in one. I can't change what screen I'm on unless I run over there, so bear with me. Coming up first on Doomfist Doors, we have a wonderful array of people. There's no background music for this. Toblerone, obviously, a tank extraordinaire, very well known for his Reinhardt, but you may have seen him in previous show matches playing the Winston, playing a little bit of Junker Queen, and performing very well on those. So it'll be interesting to see whether he decides to go for his classic Brawl style, or if he wants to do something a little strange. On DPS, we do of course have the wonderful Revlo and Void. Void very well known for his Reaper gameplay, not typically a DPS player, he plays a lot of tank as well. Revlo kind of coming in as quote-unquote the star player for this stream. Yeah, he plays a lot of Genji, a lot of hit scans, he can kind of do it all, which is going to be very helpful because he does not have an easy match ahead of him. On the backline of Doomfist Doors, we have Cape Seigneur and Sam in F. Now, Cape Seigneur, as you know, has been, in the past, cited to be a Mercy one-trick, but has since then evolved, moved on, and is now a very talented flex support player, as is his duo today, Sam in F. Now, Sam in F has shown very good mechanical skill on those flex supports, however, is playing from NA today on ping, so it'll be interesting to see whether she decides, yeah, let's try and play some flex support, or if she sticks to that important but maybe a little easier heroes such as the Lucio, such as the Mercy. We'll see. But it's not going to be a cakewalk for them because they are up against Team Winton Wheelies. And Winton Wheelies, these are names that you guys have heard in the past. We have Uncle Ben, we have Ladani, we have Dintimate, we have Queen Bee, and we have Xena Hart. Now, Uncle Ben, obviously we all know, 0% win rate when he subbed for our Yas in Open Division, but we still came 17th, so thank you, Uncle Ben. Ladani does not play Overwatch very often, but he has the mechanical aim. He's very good at Fortnite. I've seen him play other shooters as well. Overwatch, hopefully, easy game for him, but he is up against Revlo, and that's going to be one of the key matchups we see today, because they both play hit scans, and they're both very, very good at them, so it'll be very interesting to see who does better. Now, Dintimate, very well known for his Junkrat and his Symmetra gameplay. Now, in current meta, both those heroes are not particularly strong, but we have seen him pull out the Cassidy. He's very, very good. Very, very strong player, so it'll be a very interesting DPS matchup between these two teams. Finally, on support, we do have Queen Bee, who many of you know, big fan, or how do you say it? She's got a lot of fans in the RYAS server. She gets along with everyone and everyone likes her. Not surprised. And Bee's support duo today is, of course, the wonderful, if very loud, Xena Hart. Now, Xena, the same as Sam in F, is also going to be on NA ping today, so that won't affect her hero pool too much as she is primarily a Mercy player, but her Kiriko also goes very, very hard. Now, just to talk you through today's game, just a little bit, we're going to take a look at the map pool here. So originally, when this whole thing was organized, the newest map out was Samoa, and I believe that is still the case. We were going to enforce Maui on this map. That's not his name. Malga, we were going to be enforcing Malga on this map. However, Toblerone does not have a lot of practice on Overwatch since the release of Malga, so it's going to be very interesting to see how he adapts to the Season 9 changes many people have. Well, all the players, all of the heroes, have the self-healing passive. The DPS players reduce healing received from people that they're shooting. And overall, it's a very, very different game. You cannot play tank the same way tank used to be played. So I believe the Malga limitation is no longer available, but we are starting on Samoa. Um, yeah, and now we are going to be going to a hybrid map. We're going to be going to Flashpoint, and this is a first to 3 today. So if we do go further than that, we're going to be looking at an escort map, and then a push map. And then if, by some miracle, it is still 2-2 at that point, we will play Control, and we will see what happens then. We will play Control until we have a winner, essentially. So that's it. That's enough about the games today. Let me swap back to what we're all here to see. We don't need the music though. We're all here to see me. I got the drip. I am your host today. I am the Dong. I am Max. I don't remember if I already introduced myself, so that's who I am. That's who you are. I'm happy to have you here, and we're going to get into the first game very, very soon. But bear with me 1 minute. We're going to go back to the break screen, and I will see you very, very soon. Awkward. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. We have, of course, the wonderful Doomfist doors on the left, and we have Winton Wheelies on the right. Let's see if Uncle Ben remembers to actually start the game mode. There it is. So we saw the initial early pick there from Uncle Ben. It'll be interesting to see if he actually decides to play that. He initially locked in the Junker Queen, which I think would be very surprising on this map. Not that I think it's a bad pick, and I believe Uncle Ben can play it very well. I do not think it works well into a team that is poke heavy, and seeing what meta is at the moment, I don't know how well the Junker Queen will last. Should have turned game music on.
Ready for battle.
It looks like Toblerone may actually be rolling out on the Malga. This is very surprising. This is not something we would expect. So we're going to be running with a Sojourn Soldier on Doomfist doors and the Anna Kiriko. Meanwhile, on Winton Wheelies, we have Uncle Ben, Ladani, Dintimit, Queen Bee, and Silent Llama running a very classic rush comp. Never mind, Uncle Ben swapping off the Ramatra over to the Reinhardt, probably expecting the mirror from Toblerone. Yeah, Winton Wheelies being a much faster comp here with the Lucio. Lucio already down though, so that's a lot of sustain that they've now lost. It is all up to Silent Llama, who again is on NA ping. Oh man, getting like pounded here. Let's take a look at Toblerone. Toblerone very low on health, but very survivable on this Malga. Revelo gets an early pick, gets a second pick, and it's a day at the shooting range for Revelo here. Another easy pick for Revelo. It is shooting fish in a barrel for now. Doomfist doors are going to have to play around Revelo if they want to win these games. Winton Wheelies, very, very talented players, very, very strong. Revelo on this Sojourn, maybe even stronger. Uncle Ben swapping over to the Sigma, wants to try and pressure out Toblerone. The Sigma is a lot more survivable than the Reinhardt in this composition. I do expect... He probably assumed Toblerone was going to be running out on the Reinhardt, which would make sense. Taking a lot of early poke damage though, and Revelo has that railgun shot charged. This is the railgun shot, that's very good. Actually drops low. Samanef up on this high ground, getting pressured out. Picture on the Kiriko, able to keep Toblerone alive. As I say that, Dintimit, I completely missed that. Gets the high noon, takes out 2 people. That is a very, that should be a very, very clean fight win for Winton Wheelies here. As long as they don't lose anyone on the take, and it does not look like they do, it looks like Doomfist doors are going to be regrouping here. However, it looks like Sam and F is actually caught off over on the side here, getting chased down by Ladani. Not able to secure the kill though, actually has to be careful. The rest of Doomfist doors are back now. Oh, Void almost getting taken out by that railgun by Ladani. It's actually been a very even game so far. The nano overclock coming out from Revlo. Ladani also popping the overclock but does not have that nano. This is very scary to fight. Ladani actually getting two there. Uncle Ben committing the flux. That's very strange. Revlo does get a second pick, but is it enough to hold on to point? It actually doesn't look like it will be. Queen Bee has moved over to the back from the Lucio. Makes sense, a very expected change. Uses lamp late though. I don't know if that lamp was needed there, and that might hurt them in this next fight. That is a very long cooldown to be expending. Not a lot going on right now. A lot of poke, a lot of staging. It looks like Toblerone's team is pushing up onto this left side, getting that little bit of high ground that might help them. Oh, a very early Visor pick from Void. Yeah, the rush Visor working very, very well. Toblerone gets taken out though. He used his ult, losing it in the process. That's going to hurt Doomfist Doors. Revlo gets another pick onto Queen Bee. That's very, very good. Always seems to have 100% charge on this railgun. Very, very high pressure onto the enemy team here. Although Winter Wheelies are able to still hold on to this point. Despite losing the fight very early, it actually took Doomfist Doors. They weren't able to engage. They weren't able to take over the point early enough. Uncle Ben pops the flux. It's got 3 in it. Oh, but the cancel from Toby Larone! Toby swapping over onto that Doomfist immediately dies, but Revlo has another overclock. He is farming damage. Oh, but Ladani takes him out. Ladani fighting Void here, gets the pick. And it's a very quick point flip back over for Winter Wheelies. A very, very strong showing from both sides actually so far. This is not as one-sided as I expected it to be. Excuse me while I check my options and put myself into 60 frames capped, because I am dropping frames all over the place. That's not relevant. Yes, please apply those changes. Very, very even game. Almost surprisingly so. Now, it's not a surprise to anyone. Winter Wheelies are the favourites to win this. Their players do play Overwatch a little bit more frequently than the enemy team. Queen Bee apologizing for playing Lucio in the chat there. It's fine, we only saw a little bit. Looks like both teams are looking for a more dive option here. Ladani is going to have to be very, very safe with these hacks. But if Winter Wheelies can set up the hacks and commit to the dive, it's very odd to see an Illari with the dive comp. It'll be interested to see what Queen Bee can do here, because it's going to be very difficult to keep people up once they engage. So they're looking for the engage now. Toblerone has moved on to that Doomfist, which is a little surprising. Not a hero I typically would have expected to see him on. A big punch. Uncle Ben is consistently low, but they do not have the follow-up. A great pick from Revlo there, able to get around and take out Ladani with the headshot. Constantly peppering down Uncle Ben. It's very important that they keep this sustained DPS damage onto the tank with the new DPS passive. Every trickle of damage dealt by Revlo here onto Uncle Ben is just more healing that he can't receive. A nice melee onto Dintimid, but Uncle Ben in the meantime takes out Sam. It looks like it's all being cleaned up over on the side of Winter Wheels here. Samadef swapping over to the Moira. Seeing the Dintimit versus Revlo Tracer battle is going to be very interesting, because only one of these people I would expect to see on the Tracer. Dintimit, very, very good on, like I said, the Cassidy, the Junkrat, the Symmetra. Maybe we'll be adding Tracer to that list after this show match. We'll see. Toblerone looking to stage a dive here. Goes in, immediately cut down to half health, able to avoid the hack from Ladani. Revlo misses the pulse bomb, but Void fighting Dintimit in the backline. Able to take out Queen Bee, but Uncle Ben takes out Cape Senior. Mike, that's a hard one to say. Oh, the nice pulse bomb from Dintimit there. Able to take out Revlo. I don't think he expected that. This is very interesting, actually. Revlo has been known to solo carry games on this Tracer, so dying to Dintimit on the Tracer there is very, very odd, and honestly, it's gonna hurt. That one hurts if you're Revlo. Now, Doomfist Doors are coming up to a lot of ultimates, but so are Winton Wheelies. It seems only really the pulse bombs have been expended this game. And it's already at 99% for Winton Wheelies. If they can win this fight using ults, that'll be bad for them. This is the final fight. Danny able to take out Samanef early. Oh, but Revlo able to take out Dintimit. The EMP comes out, but he's not fussed about it. Able to take out Queen Bee. Yeah, and finally, Doomfist Doors able to swap the point over. Revlo may be losing this fight to Uncle Ben here. Oh, that's a long stagger onto Uncle Ben, actually. Toblerone engages, but should get out here. Now, okay. I shouldn't have put Xena. Silent Llama. That's who Xena is. Xena is Silent Llama. So Silent Llama here has the rush. It'll be interesting to see how they used it. Because Doomfist Doors didn't combo the Russian Visor, which is very interesting. I'm not sure whether those ults just weren't available at the same time. But if Xena is able to use a rush here, that could be enough to just clean up the fight. Danny over here on the Sombra, able to focus Void. Void able to avoid very, very well. Revlo takes out Silent Llama with the bomb. Silent Llama still holding onto that rush. Uncle Ben with the Primal. Takes out 3. It's just kind of a shame I missed that. It will take out 4. There's 1 left. Very, very nice from Winton Wheelies there. Very, very strong showing. And here come the ults from Doomfist Doors, but it's too little too late as Winton Wheelies do take the first map. But very, very close compared to what I think we were expecting. Uncle Ben there showing himself on the Winston with that Dallas fuel. We'll take a look at the player game from Ladani here on the Sojourn. Able to take out Revlo, able to take out Void. And able to get the final hit onto Cape Seigneur as well. Very, very strong showing from him. Let me update this. So that was Winton Wheelies taking the first map, so that should be a 1 up there. Perfect. Yeah, we will be going to Hybrid next. Yeah, let's go back to me actually. Let me stop this music. Why is there local music on? Okay, we will be going up to Hybrid next, and we're gonna see what Doomfist Doors. We're gonna see what map they want to pick, because Hybrid is a type with very, very varying maps. It wouldn't surprise me to see them try and take something like Eichenwald, a map which has a lot of high ground, a lot of long sightlines. That'll be very, very good for Revlo especially. I undid this while I was sat down, so we're gonna take a look here and see what map they picked. I don't know if they've picked a map yet. They have not picked a map yet. Yeah, anytime today, guys. But what we saw in that first map is a very, very strong showing, especially from the DPS of Winton Wheelies. It seemed like the supports didn't have a lot to do. They were able to play very, very passively, very, very safely, and they just didn't die. Doomfist Doors not able to get an engagement on them, really, which is very interesting, because we've seen the support line on Winton Wheelies. This is difficult. The support line on Winton Wheelies typically play a very aggressive style. Queen Bee likes to pull out the Alari, the Baptiste. Xena likes to pull out the Kiriko and the Mercy with the Blaster. So we'll see what map they pick next. It'll be interesting to see. I can't do the button up, I'm too fat. Yeah, it'll be very, very interesting to see where they go next. It does look like we are going to moving over to Eichenwald, so I have a graphic for this. Give me 1 second. Where's E in the alphabet? Okay, let me go over to the map pool here. As you can see, we are now going to be heading over to Eichenwald. So yeah, Winton Wheelie is able to take a very, very, not easy, but they made it look easy. I'm sure it was a lot of effort. But, as I said, Eichenwald a very, very different map to Samoa. It'll be very interesting to see what both teams want to run because Toby Larone isn't known for those dive heroes that Eichenwald is so good for. Let me swap over to in-game view, that would help. Here we are. God, I'm good at this. As you can see, let's get some cinematic shots of Eichenwald here as we discuss what they might be playing. I would expect to maybe see a Mercy on the side of Winton Wheelies here. I would expect to see maybe a pocketed Ladani. It would be very interesting, but that does open Xena up to being chased down by the likes of Revlo and Void, who actually had a pretty good showing on the Soldier 76, a hero that I would not typically expect to see him on. Very interesting to see the Mercy coming out from Queen Bee here. I don't know if that's just bait. I'm going to look at the blue team first. We're going to be seeing the Sigma, Ashe, Bastion, and double flex support. This is what I like to see from Doomfist Doors. I think Cape Senor is a very talented Zenyatta, and Sam and F is a very talented Ana. So together, they make a very good double flex support duo, and it'll be very interesting to see. It's a lot of healing. It's a lot of healing, and I think Toby has the Sigma mechanics to survive a very long time. However, it does look like they're going to be playing up against a rush comp with Uncle Ben, Ladani, Queen Bee, Xena. The only person who's a little odd here is Dintimit. I might expect him to swap off this Widow. I don't know if he's going for an early jump shot here. Take a look at how Uncle Ben wants to engage here. Both teams running the Bastion here. Very interesting. I was not expecting this. It seems both teams want to play a very slow, more pokey style. It does favor when... Okay, Dintimit able to actually get an early pick here onto Ashe. People are taken very low. Might get taken out here. Void on the Bastion, able to provide enough pressure to push Uncle Ben back. However, that shield is not going to last forever, and Uncle Ben able to push onto the point. Well, everyone is dead. Uncle Ben able to rush around the back. Sam and F doesn't have that sleep available, able to get rushed down. Ladani cleaning up onto Toby Larone, and that's a very quick first point take. That is less than a minute to take point 1. 0 ults earned. However, Uncle Ben very close to this Ramatra ultimate. A lot of healing coming out from Queen Bee and Xena actually. I expected a little more healing maybe from Samanef and Cape Senor. As that duo, it should be very hard to win in a sustained fight. However, Winton Wheelies are not making sustained fights. They are finding a target and they're picking them off just as Ladani finds Void there. Uncle Ben pushing in might be looking to commit the Ramatra ult here. Oh, but gets taken down by Cape Senor. Very good play though. That's a very important pick if they want to try and hold cart here. Revler able to take out Queen Bee. It'll be interesting to see where they try and hold. There is actually... Never mind, I thought that was a different person. A lot of ultimates coming up on both sides now. It'll be interesting to see who pops them first. It should be Silent Llama with the rush to get Uncle Ben in. Okay, the walls comes out from Dintimit. They know where this enemy team is. Danny able to push in fairly safely, knows these angles. Taking a lot of poke damage here. The ultimate comes out from Toby, very good. Able to pick up 4, the lamp has to be expended. A huge pick onto Ladani there. Uncle Ben not willing to commit the Ramatra ultimate. Annihilation. Queen Bee off the edge of the map. Gotta reset. Should be off the edge of the map. Queen Bee... No one pushing onto Queen Bee actually. This is very interesting. This is a dangerous place for a BAB to be. I'm not entirely sure what the plan is here. They should be taken out. However, Void is dropping very low. And actually, the team is able to get to Queen Bee. That's a very good early pick. And now they have the high ground over this enemy team. That's that's where they need to be playing, really. They look to be chasing down Sam on the Ana. Yep. Able to rush down, pops the Ramatra ultimate, but the Nano Zenyatta comes out. That's an unfortunate transcendence. That is both support ults coming out from Doomfist Doors, and it does not net them a fight win. Doomfist Doors does, however, have the Bastion ult available. However, he is up top, not able to see anyone currently. It'll be interesting to see when he decides to pop this ult. The ult comes in, however, he is right in front of Ladani. Ladani takes him out, but trades his life for it. Intimate on the Widow here, almost gets the pick onto Cabe. Very early pick onto Queen Bee, a very aggressive angle from Dintimate there. Tiburon trying to provide pressure on this point, able to just stop it moving briefly, however Uncle Ben on this Ramatra is just pummeling him down. Revlo able to take out Dintimate, however is getting chased down by Ladani. Yeah, and now it is just, I believe it's just two of them holding this point now. Void dropping down to half health, has to get out. Tiburon also very, very low, but the nade actually comes in from Sam and F to keep him up. It might not be enough though, as the only other support available. A great overclock from Ladani there to take out Toblerone. And it looks like Winter Wheelies may just be steamrolling this. They had a little hiccup early in the second point, and then it has been smooth sailing since then. Uncle Ben is providing so much pressure on this Ramatra pick. He is holding W. The enemy team just doesn't seem to know how to adapt. Toblerone swaps onto the Doomfist here, which I actually like. I think he's very, very good. However, Dintimate has swapped over onto the Junkrat. This is one of his signature heroes, and Ike third point is a very, very good place to be playing it. Toblerone engages with the punch, not able to get the hit off. It's a very, very messy fight. Bob into the backline. Will probably get slept. The shield comes up. Queen Bee very, very low. Has to expend that lamp. That's very good if Doomfist Doors decides to engage here. However, Toblerone is the only one. The rest of his team is playing very, very safe up on that high ground. In fact, all four of them are up there. This might be a very clean take of third point. Revlo able to get the pick onto Queen Bee, however, so that's a good early pick, and hopefully the Nano Doomfist comes out. Again, both support ults are expended at the same time, however, that's not awful. It's really important for them not to C9 though. Toby trying to get the pick onto Silent Llama, however, not able to actually finish her off. There it goes, but it might be too little too late as Uncle Ben pops that Ramatra ult. Ladani cleaning up the rest of them. Oh, and it's just the Ladani shows. Winter Wheelies finishing that map with over 2 minutes left. That is a very, very strong take from them. However, I would expect Winter Wheelies to be a more attacking team. I think they have very good coordination. It'll be interesting to see whether they can hold a defense as well, which can be a lot scrappier and would be in favor of Doomfist Doors. Now it's probably a good time to talk to you about the sponsor of this stream. Now, the stream doesn't have any sponsors. We have no money. That's why I'm doing all three roles. Casting, producing, observing. I'm pretty good at it, you know, not to flex.
Ready for battle.
Okay, looking here, the attacking team does look to be running a very dive-heavy comp with Revlo on the Echo. We saw in the previous show match, I believe the one that was casted by Chaos Void, the Revlo Echo and whoever is on Mercy, I believe it may have been Void last time. The Revlo Echo, very, very strong pick. However, he is going to be up against both a Sojourn and an Ashe on Winter Wheelies. A lot of flying pressure, and that might be what they expect. It is interesting to see whether Void on the Genji is able to follow up with Toblerone's dives. Neither of them I would expect to be communicating an awful lot, at least usefully. So it'll be interesting to see whether they can actually formulate dives to the same degree that Winter Wheelies was able to. There is a lot of healing available on the side of Winter Wheelies. They have that Bapillary. It's a huge amount of healing and a huge amount of poke damage onto Doomfist Doors. An early pick onto Toblerone. A little too aggressive with his positioning there. However, that is a very early lamp forced out actually by Revlo. Toby will be able to get back in the fight in time. Almost getting pressured out by Uncle Ben there, but able to play very safely around this corner, hitting a lot of these sticky bombs. For the losing team, it's very impressive that he already has 50% ult charge. The same as Cape Seigneur on this Kiriko. Right, Dintimate on this Ashe is able to provide a lot of pressure. However, Toby has managed to get around. Hits the punch, but is not able to build up that empowered punch. Toby Lauren zipping all over the map here, but pressured out by Uncle Ben. Sam also taken out. Cape actually able to get the pick onto B. But no, it looks like it's pretty clean from Dintimate here on the Ash. It's looking good. It's looking clean. The only thing that's really helpful here is that Doomfist are coming up to a lot of ults. They have Rush, they almost have Valk, and they almost have that very, very important copy from Revlo. Revlo, a man of many talents, able to play a lot of different heroes. So, oh, a very early pick from Ladani onto Cape Seigneur. That is a huge amount of healing taken out of the fight. Every ultimate in the game is being popped, and I don't know what I'm looking at, but Ladani able to take out 2, maybe able to take out 3 here with this Overclock. Very, very close to taking out Sam NF. Takes out Revlo. Wait, this could be a 5k for Ladani. Nope, Dintimate able to take out Cape Senior, and Sam NF probably going to be taken out by Uncle Ben. That was a very, very messy fight, and I do not understand what just went on. However, Winter Wheelies managed to hold on to 3 of their ults there, which is going to help them in this next fight, because they can essentially have a dry fight. The only thing they have to worry about is the blade from Void here. Man, there's a lot of talking. Void able to push in, actually. He almost has this blade. He might be looking for it. Able to build a lot of damage. Has the blade, pops it, pulls it out. Not able to get a pick, though. The Bob actually able to hold on to point here. And a great disengage from Winter Wheelies, actually. Daminef on the Bab might be able to get out, but might be pressured out by Uncle Ben, who is chasing down this Widowmaker as well from Revlo. Okay, Saminef is able to escape on the Baptiste, however Uncle Ben able to take such an aggressive position. I like the swap onto Reinhardt from Toby Larone. That will be able to put a lot of pressure onto Uncle Ben now. This may have been what Doomfist needed from the start. They already have so much more space with Toby on this Reinhardt. However, the pin onto point is very, very aggressive, and I do not like it. The lamp a little too late to come out from Sam and F, which you can attribute to ping. However, when it's Toby, there is no knowing when he'll charge. The flux from Uncle Ben here, able to lift Sam into the air. Cape pops the rush, but it is just him alive. Not able to get anything done there. Intimate on this Ash, able to pressure out Revlo, hits the first headshot. Void managed to take out Silent Llama, but it might be too little too late, as it's just the Widowmaker alive, and that is another map. Over to Winter Wheelies, a clean 3-0 on Icon Vault as well, a very, very strong showing from them. And actually that map, it seemed to be the backline, who did not die and were able to keep Uncle Ben alive through so many of those fights. Gotta remember how to do this. 3-0. Great play of the game from Uncle Ben there. I don't mean to type that in all caps, as you may have seen. We are going to be going over to a break, so I will see you guys very, very soon. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Pickle Engine Showmatch Season 3. You didn't see me run across there, and you can't see my chair in the frame. I don't know if you could, but if you could, you can't now. We have currently seen Winter Wheelies go up 2-0 over Doomfist Doors, and it has not been particularly close. It has been a 2-0 and a 3-0 so far. However, at this point in the show match, it's important to note that Doomfist Doors are now allowed to role swap. So if they do want to put Void onto tank, if they want to put Revlo onto support, maybe, he has a pretty good Life Weaver, we might see some Life Weaver from him, who knows. But so far, not been particularly close. We have seen some really, really good fights and some really good plays coming out from both teams. However, Winter Wheelies do have that coordination that seems to be lacking on Doomfist Doors, and that could be a lack of practice. It could be that Winter Wheelies just has experience playing not just as a team, but individually on various teams. They have scrim experience, they have official experience. Uncle Ben played in Open Division and lost both games, and I was on his team for that, and it's not my fault. I gotta stop doing that because that reminds me of Donald Trump, and Anyway, the next map is going to be Suravasa, and let me, let's look over the map set here. As you can see, it's been 0 points accrued over on the side of Doomfist Door so far, but maybe Suravasa, Flashpoint, this could be their map type. This could be the one. This could be what they're looking for. Just checking with the teams to see if they're ready. However, we will be going into game in just 1 second. In fact, we are entering game right now, so I'm going to swap scenes. Okay, we saw very early picks there from Uncle Ben and Silent Llama looking to be on the Ram Kiriko. It'll be interesting to see whether they run Queen Bee on this Lucio, as I do believe Lucio is still very, very important for these Flashpoint maps. However, it's not 100% necessary, and Doomfist Doors does not have a Lucio player. In fact, I would expect Revlo to be the Lucio on that team. But it'll be interesting to see what each team picks.
Ready for battle.
Does not look like there's been any role swaps on the side of Doomfist Doors. Void on the Reaper that we know him for, keeps you on that Baptiste. I'm hoping just playing Lucio to rush them out of spawn. However, on the red team, Uncle Ben over on that Junker Queen, with the Lucio Curie, the Sojourn Cassidy, that is a very, very strong comp, and I think might work very, very well into what Doomfist Doors is running here.
3, 2, 1.
Sam and F playing the Life Weaver. Nevermind swaps back over onto Mercy. And this is to be expected. We will probably be looking at Revlo getting damage boosted. Toblerone taking a very aggressive stand onto first point. Actually doesn't have the healers available with him yet. Kitchener able to just keep Void alive as he uses that Wraith Form. No cooldowns available. Lamp has already been expended and Ditchner able to take out Void as the first pick of this game. Revlo, however, does answer back with the kill onto Queen Bee. We haven't seen a lot from the Queen Bee Lucio yet, but I'm sure she can impress us. Ditchner, however, does take out 2, and looks to try and take out Void as well. Not able to take him out before he gets that Mega Health Pack though, so that's a very, very good non-stagger, because that would have been a couple extra seconds bought for Winter Wheelies. And Winter Wheelies very evidently wants to win this fight very, very quickly. Toblerone taking an aggressive side angle and then moving back. It seems like they're not entirely sure where they want to play this. Take a look at Xena over here. Able to take out Void actually. A very, very good early pick. Oh, Toblerone with the slam, able to take out Queen Bee and blocks the High Noon. It's not enough to keep himself alive, and Sam was able to get the res onto Void, but it seems the sustain is just too much for Winter Wheelies. However, saying that, the only person alive is Uncle Ben. I'm not entirely sure he'll be able to hold this. Void has taken out a lot of people. In fact, he may also take out Uncle Ben, however, seems to be a little lacking on these shots, and Uncle Ben actually winning that team fight. Didn't even able to get back in. Queen Bee on the Lucio, now able to heal up Uncle Ben. Seems Toblerone might be attempting to touch, but no, Queen Bee speeds onto him. is taken out by Revlo, however. And able to take out Toby Larone again. It seems that Toby Larone is just a little too far forward for those supports to keep him up. I actually don't know which flashpoint is open next. I assume it's the one over there based on where they're walking. Very, very different playstyles coming out from both these teams, which is very interesting because I assumed they would mostly want to mirror each other. Uncle Ben going for a huge rush. The pin out from Toby, not able to cancel it. Takes out Cape Seigneur. That's pretty much all the healing for that team gone. But Danny pops the overclock as well, but I don't think it was needed as Uncle Ben is able to clean up this fight. However, he does take the head off Sam and F in the end, so maybe worth it. That is 2 ultimates expended from Winton Wheelies for this point, and they're already 1-0 up. A lot of ultimates are, however, available from Doomfist doors. It'll be interesting to see whether they try and combo something. We might see a High Noon in a window, perhaps. We might see the Valken Reaper ult to try and keep him up through it. It will be very interesting. Here comes the window from Cape Seigneur, actually. Seems a little early, considering who's on his team. There's not a lot of people who can, like, really gain value from it. Void looks to be going in there, but decides to back away instead. Really needs to go into the enemy team here. He will not be getting value on Reaper. Tries to chase down the Cassidy, it looks like. Not going to win the fight at range, and Toby Larone again is taken out. The ult is popped, but Queen Bee a great answer back with that beat. And that is a clean fight for Winton Wheelies. No one has been taken out so far, and it is just Toby Larone and Sam and F left. Sam able to fly away, get out of there safely, however, it looks like they're not going to be getting another touch. And Winton Wheelies only expended 1 ult in that fight. They only used beat, and they won over. We are seeing Revlo swap over to the Torbjorn here, which is very interesting for Flashpoint. It's a personal favourite of mine, not because I like Torbjorn on Flashpoint, but because I played nothing but Torbjorn. This is a very, very different look now with the Torbjorn and Soldier and the Kiriko, so it's almost a full team swap. Uncle Ben does swap to Wrecking Ball, and Queen Bee swaps onto the Brig, so they've clearly seen the changes and think this is the adaptation they need to make. However, it seems odd, and the backline for Winton Wheelies is a little bit cut off. Neither team really engaging yet. Looks like Toby Larone over on this right-hand side has the slam available, and with the ball behind him, it might be worth him just pushing in here to try and get value from it. The ping comes in. The huge slam from Toby Larone. He takes out both supports with the headshot from that slam. That's not something you see every day. Not only is it a double kill, but it's both supports. It's a huge slam. It's a gigantic slam. Toby Larone is doing the world a favor and showing us this is how you play Reinhardt. That is not only the first fight that Doomfist Doors has won, but it is the first slam I believe Toby has hit and actually got a kill with. Very, very impressive stuff from Toby Larone. Drops the smiley face in chat. You know he's happy about that one. Uncle Ben on this ball is a very interesting pick because it's not a hero I would expect to see him on typically. Looks like Ladani has this overclock available and Dintimate has this High Noon. I'm going to do my best to try and capture when one of them use their rolls. However, Void gets taken out very, very early, so it's a 4v5 this fight. Dintimate kind of on the flank with this High Noon. Cape able to get the lamp out just in time, but Uncle Ben has taken out Sam and F in the meantime. We'll see if Ladani decides to pop the overclock in order to take point here. Timberland able to hold on to point. It actually may be a case of Doomfist Doors getting 99%. Cape able to take out Danny, but it's not going to be enough to hold on to point. And with 93%, it is now one fight territory for Doomfist Doors to take their final, or well, their first point on this Flashpoint map. It looks like Ladani has also swapped to the Torbjorn. This is entirely an ego pick because he has seen Revlo. Revlo does have his come available. However, there will probably end up being some sort of hammer 1v1. Which I would like. Toby Larone, Sam and F hiding over on the side here, waiting to regroup. No ults available other than the Come and Silent Llama's Rush. I don't know what Curie ult is called. The fight is taking place up here. It's a little odd. Toby Larone tries to chase down Dintimate, but doesn't have the speed to actually get onto that cast. Uncle Ben taken out very, very early here, actually, and it looks like Revlo might be going for a flank here. Golden Core comes out from Revlo, and he's actually able... It looks like Doomfist Doors may be able to win this point. Very clean fight. Not everyone on Winter Wheelies died, but they actually don't need to. That is a point unlocked for Doomfist Doors. Their first point this game, and potentially the start of a very, very long reverse sweep. It is a long hill to climb from here, but if anyone can do it, Revlo on the top will be the one to do it. The big slam comes out from Toblerone, hits onto Silent Llama, able to take her out, might be able to take out Queen Bee as well, which would be very, very helpful. A very late rush from Sam there. Not really helping to secure the point, but I like egoing the enemy team with it. Doomfist Doors have decided they don't need the ult. Let's take a look at what Sam's doing here. Not using the rush, that's for sure. Healing up Cape. They have... The flashpoint wasn't actually open yet. So, oh, this is very aggressive from Sam. She may get booped into these mines. Able to keep Cape alive. That's a difficult sentence. And the point does go over to Doomfist Doors very early here. It looks like this Torbjorn pick has actually paid off for Revlo. I'm not entirely liking the Wrecking Ball play from Uncle Ben here. It seems like he's kind of going in without his team being ready to follow up. Especially when playing with something like a Torbjorn, you need to make sure your team is ready, is available. Boy takes out Silent Llama very, very early. That's... It seems the break pick also may not be working here, as it's very, very difficult to keep your entire team alive when it's just break, and Silent Llama is getting taken out very, very early in each of these fights. Doomfist Doors are holding on to the point here, able to pressure down Ladani, but not able to get the kill. However, Winter Wheelies are coming up on 4 ultimates. They have 3, and there's 10% left for Ladani to get that come. Revlo's still holding on to his own come. Pops it out, but gets stunned by Queen Bee. Queen Bee taken out by Void, however. Void taken out by Ladani. Ladani also able to take out Sam and F. Able to take out Toblerone as well. This is very, very impressive Torbjorn play. Danny being very, very kind to me, he knows I am a Torbjorn connoisseur. I play a little bit of Torbjorn, and Danny, you're making me proud. That is a 3k for Danny in that fight. But they C9'd! I wasn't even paying attention. It is now down to map point. Winter Wheelies C9'd after winning that fight. They didn't cap the point, so it actually went over to Doomfist Doors, and it's now 2-2. It's very, very close. It looks like the fight is already taking place over here. Toblerone on this Reinhardt is able to play so aggressive, takes out Queen Bee on the brig. I do not like this brig against the Reinhardt. I think it does not provide enough pressure. The big pin from Toblerone here. Takes out Ladani, and actually it looks like this point may go over to Doomfist Doors very, very early here. Revlo able to take out Ben as well. Toby pushing very, very aggressive. Needs to hold off just a little bit. Has another slam available. Sam and F also has the rush available, and it'll be interesting to see whether she gets value. And here we see Winter Wheelie swap back over onto the comp that won them the first 2 points. I think there may have been a little bit of good sportsmanship swapping to the Wrecking Ball. However, I don't know if they expected to lose both points. And they actually kind of on the back, on the back foot now. The big slam from Toblerone, able to take out Queen Bee. Oh, charges out of the lamp, but there's enough healing coming out from Cape to keep him up. Void on the right hand side here, able to put a lot of pressure into the DPS and supports, keeping them away from Uncle Ben. Toblerone very, very low, however. Gets the Suzu. It's a big window. Able to block the High Noon. Toblerone is in the entire game. Takes out Ladani. Uncle Ben is on point. There's actually a few people on point, including Silent Llama, who almost gets taken out by that pin. The cum comes out from Revlo. And it's looking very, very good for Doomfist Doors. It looks like Winter Wheelies may have papegoed just a little too hard. Even with the 3k on point 2, they C9'd. And that's it, no one can touch. That is a map going to Doomfist Doors. A very, very good showing from them. And Toblerone really showing us what it means to play Reinhardt. He is as close as you can get to being a Giga Chad. Play of the game here from Dintimit. Oh, a lot of headshots. A very, very clean play there. But not enough to win them the map, as Doomfist Doors take a map. That is a 3-2. You can listen to me whilst I update all this. And let's go back to the map set here, as we take a look at what map they're going to pick next. So it's not a 3-0. I'll be honest, I expected the 3-0. I did not expect to see such heroics from Toby Larone there. That is player of the match potential. However, it is a long way to go if he wants to get that player of the match. There's 2 more maps he needs to win, one of those being Escort, and Escort is a very, very good map for Winton Wheelies. They can play that brawl style with the Ramatra that Uncle Ben loves to play so much, and they have the supports for it. The only thing they don't have, they were lacking a little bit on that Lucio. And I think if Doomfist Doors do pull out that Reinhardt again, I think the sheer amount of healing is enough to keep them up. If Winton Wheels decides to play Brawl. But we'll see. We'll see what map is getting picked. It looks like Winton Wheelies have picked Rialto. And if you remember Rialto from the last show match, it was not close. Looks like we're going to be heading straight into the game here, so there's no break this time. We're going straight in.
Welcome to Rialto.
Yeah, I joined a little early. That's fine. Map 4 in a first to 3, you love to see it. The last thing we wanted was a 3-0 today because Uncle Ben does not want me to speak for the rest of the week. I'm not going to have a voice after this. I applaud all of the casters who do this for a living because my voice does not do this and my brain does not work fast enough to talk about everything that's going on. Now, last time we saw this map in a show match, Winton Wheelies, or at least a large majority of the players on that team this time, very, very strong on, I believe they played a Diva comp, and it's looking like we're going to see the same. It is interesting that Winton Wheelies are attacking first because it means this map is going to go on potentially a lot longer. Last show match, they were able to hold first point pretty easily. It looks like we're going to be seeing Anna Kiri, Sojourn Widow Diva, which is a very pokey comp, and I actually think it works perfectly because Uncle Ben will be able to beat up a lot of the damage and make a lot of space for Danny and Dintimit. However, he swaps onto the Winston, which I think requires a lot more team coordination, and it'll be interesting to see if he can get value from a team that doesn't have something that can dive with him. Over on the blue team, we do have Toby Larone on the Doomfist, we have Cape and Sam on the Zen Kiriko, so a very, very pokey comp. Spectate. Oh! Toby Larone is off the map. That's a flawless start. Dintimit also very close to falling off the map there, wasn't able to break through those railings. But Danny has taken this high ground with Uncle Ben. Already this is first point, very, very open for them. Toby Larone swaps onto that Reinhardt, which I think is the correct play here. I think you need to play to your strengths if you are the Doomfist Doors. Uncle LeBen taking a... Uncle LeBen? That's just not what his name is. He's been able to take out Cape very, very early. Queen Bee on this Anna playing extremely safe. I'm trying to give everyone some screen time, but Anna gameplay is Anna gameplay at this rank. Toby Larone able to take out Ladani with a pin, however that was in his own spawn. It'll be interesting to see how much of this point they can actually hold on to. The sleep actually misses, but he is long dead. I think it would have been a much better play for Toby Larone to just hold this right-hand angle. Revlo swaps over to the Widowmaker here. The buffed Widowmaker should help him a lot, however Dintimit has the walls, which means Revlo can't peek. There is a decent amount of time here where Revlo actually needs to AFK and just not look at the enemy team, which really hurts if you are Doomfist Doors. Void on this Reaper again, very, very good actually against Uncle Ben on this Winston. With that Discord Orb, he disappears. Dintimit playing very, very safe over on this other waterway side. What do you call it? The side of the water? Not able... Oh, very, very close. Dictionary. Oh, the anti coming out onto Tubular in there. Flawless from Queen Bee. Able to take out the tank of Doomfist doors. So early in this fight, they just need to give up space now. They need to press S and just leave. If there are any staggers at this point, that is this fight over, and it's a perfect time for Dintimit to be able to take out Revlo. However, Revlo gets the body shot. Able to take out Queen Bee. That is very, very good. However, might almost got pushed off the edge there by Uncle Ben. Has the Primal available, does decide to pop it, thinks this fight may be winnable. Drops down to half health immediately thanks to that Discord orb from Cape Seigneur and decides to just play defensively. Revlo able to take out Dintimit on this Widow and able to push a little more aggressive now. The slam comes out from Tubular, but I actually think it got blocked by the Winston bubble. Very good play from Uncle Ben there. And it's very interesting to see whether Winton Wheels will try and take the high ground of this building, which I think would be the correct play to make, or if they want to keep trying to push main. Revlo pops the walls, and Dintimit isn't quite at his yet. Gets the first headshot, gets the second headshot. Very, very clean, however, is getting pushed out by Uncle Ben. It's a little odd that Uncle Ben was able to just push in and take out Revlo. But Danny gets nanoed with the overclock. It seems Sam and F is the one who died there, which is very odd. Tubular is in, he's swinging, he's anti. He has the shield. The Reaper ult comes out from Void in the backline, able to take out Uncle Ben, so that's a lot of space gained. However, Tubular also goes down, and Ladani is cleaning up. Ladani on this Sojourn has looked so clean, and is giving everyone on the enemy team a run for their money, which is very surprising. Revlo able to take out Dintimit again though. This Widowmaker duel is very back and forth. It started off with a lot of Dintimit, however Revlo able to take out Queen Bee as well. And able to take out Ladani. It's what is going on? It actually looks like Doomfist doors may hold this point, at least for now. 20 centimeters left to run, able to take out Uncle Ben. That fight was on the back of Revlo. Revlo able to take out 3 members of the enemy team there. It's headshot after headshot after headshot for this guy. Cape Junior decided to swap over to the Alari. It's going to be interesting to see why exactly. I don't like it. However, able to pressure out Dintimit on the Widowmaker there actually. However, jumps into the fight, which I don't think was the right choice. Silent Llama is dead, but Queen Bee able to take out Tubular here. It looks like Void on the Reaper is also going to be low. The Suzu comes out, but Uncle Ben able to take out Sam and F almost immediately after that Suzu ends. It looks like just Revlo available. Is he able to get any value here? It is very unlikely when you have Ladani taking your head off like that. Toby holding on to point as much as he can. That is 2 minutes 40 in the time bank, coming into point 3 here. Dintimit taking this very defensive position. He needs to try and get the kill onto Revlo first. If Revlo pops walls, a very good headshot onto Sam there. Silent Llama taken out, not taken out by Void. That was a very, very close fight. Revlo able to take out Dintimit. This is what you need, especially without using walls. Uncle Ben backs off defensively. But Cape able to take out Danny. That is both DPS from Winton Wheels no longer available. Dintimit swaps over to the Genji. However, this is a great, honestly, a good commitment of the Reaper ult there. Able to take out not just the Ana, Silent Llama off the edge of the map, and it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, it looks like Dintimit is able to escape. Not escape from the sights of Revlo, however. Even in chat, he's surprised at that one. He hits the what? He doesn't know how he died, but Revlo does. Revlo is clicking on heads.
No one can hide from
Pops the sights. There is no sights on the enemy team as Dintimit has swapped away from that Widowmaker, so this just buys extra time for Doomfist doors here. Able to just force them. The enemy teams can't push in. Uncle Ben swaps onto the Sigma. It looks like the pylon is still up from Cape Seigneur. the nano overclock from Ladani, able to take out Revlo, and Dintimate able to finish off Cape. Looks like Toby. Nope. Toby's dead. It is just the Reaper and the Alari left for Doomfist doors. They're able to back up and like regroup with their team. They do have 3 ultimates available, however neither of them are DPS ults. So they're going to have to play a very, very defensive style of this brawl comp. Tubularone with the slam onto 0 people, however it does zone the enemy team a little bit back from point. Able to let Void and Revlo walk a little further forwards. Cape pops the Alari ult but doesn't seem to hit anyone with it. Ladani able to take out Toby. There's both rushes and the blade from Dintimate. Does get taken out by Revlo, however, but it's not going to be enough as Silent Llama gets the kill. I just took a clip save and I lost all my frames. That's fine though. The Flux comes out onto Tubularone, and it is an overtime fight now, but it looks like it is going the way of Winter Wheelies. Able to push 3 points, but actually a very, very good second and third point hold from Doomfist doors. And honestly, way, way closer than what we saw in the last show match, which was a little bit of a sweep. It's very interesting. The Tubularone is able to force Ryan on maps where you should not be able to force Ryan, really. I don't see a lot of people playing Ryan on this map, but Tubularone is able to push in and play very aggressively against what should be a team that just kind of melts him, because Reinhardt is not one of the stronger tanks at the moment. Tubularone kind of popping off. I don't remember who's attacking now. Okay, blue team is attacking now. It looks like they're going to be looking for a bit of a dive comp, which is going to be very, very interesting. It'll be interesting to see whether... I would assume it's going to be primarily Revlo and Tubularone trying to set up these dives. And I would guess Sam and Cape trying to get the poke damage from afar. It'll be interesting to see how far away from the fight they can actually play while still getting value. Because if you are going to be running this Kiriko Zenyatta comp, that D.Va will be all over you. That D.Va will be in your face the entire time. Toby hitting a little boogie here in spawn.
5, 4, 3,
Swaps onto Doomfist now.
1.
I actually prefer this. I think Doomfist fares a lot better against D.Va. And we see Revlo running over on the side here. Checking what the enemy team is running. They see the Alari pylon. They see Dintimate on the low ground. That's a very bad place for an Ashe to be, and actually will probably be able to take them out. Not before Dintimate hits the shot onto them, though. Sam here on the Kiriko, not able to get up to Tubularone. And Void with the deflect. Tubularone is dead, but Void is hitting a lot of shots. Ladani so low, but able to hit that final blow onto Void. Queen Bee is on this Alari, which I think is very, very interesting. I guess your team is... I need to stop saying things that are interesting, my goodness. I guess if your team is playing a lot more stationary, they do just want to hold this high ground, then the Alari pylon can get value. Oh, but Revlo on the Widowmaker, I think that was a surprise pick. I don't think B knew about that. Silent Llama able to be taken out by Void. I've just taken another clip. I'm sorry if you can hear that. Tubularone able to take out Dintimate. This is a very, very good first point, actually. If he doesn't have the empowered punch, so if he just needs to play a little defensively for now, might be... Oh. My heart stopped for a second there. I assumed he was going to punch in. Let's see if they can hold this point here. In the last show match, we saw what Cape Senior was able to do on this bridge. However, Ladani taking out Tubularone is very, very bad for this team. This is going to be a very, very difficult place to hold. Or not to hold, to attack, sorry, for Doomfist doors. They kind of got held at the last possible choke, and it's very, very easy. Uncle Ben pops the bomb. Looks like he was actually forced out of mech way earlier in that fight than he would have liked to be. Revlo gets the pick onto Dintimate, and the Transcendence coming out, and the Blade. This is a lot invested in this fight, and it looks like it might work. Revlo able to take out Ladani, and Tubularone gets the ultimate onto Silent Llama. It's just Queen Bee and Uncle Ben alive, and Uncle Ben is out of that mech now. Tiburon putting in a lot of damage. However, Cape Seigneur getting the final blow, and that is first point taken by the Doomfist Doors. We actually have a match on our hands. Tiburon getting shot in the head while dancing. Very, very nice. Reminds me of JF Kennedy. Rest in peace. Uncle Ben swaps over to the Winston now. Wants to stage the dive. A much more offensive defense. He wants to be in. He wants to be on point. Able to dive onto Revlo actually, although might die for it, as the healing from Sam was there. Revlo pops sides, but Void's actually the one who gets the pick onto Ladani. Revlo gets another pick onto Dintimit, and Uncle Ben commits the jump, but doesn't really have any team to help him. This could be really bad for Uncle Ben here. He does not have that primal to get out. Oh! You can stand on there? It will take him out, and meanwhile, Cape has also taken out Queen Bee. Bob is out to contest point, but it's likely not going to be enough as he gets taken down very, very quickly. Ditibit's on, but Cape Seigneur hitting the headshots. Winton Wheelies popped 3 ults there. They popped the Overclock, the Bob, and the Rush, and didn't get anything for it. And that hurts. That is a 4-minute time bank coming into point 3 for Doomfist Doors. Honestly, a lot of it on the back of Cape Seigneur, discording these targets and hitting a lot of headshots. Uncle Ben swaps onto the Sigma, one of his best heroes. Self-proclaimed, but able to eat up a lot of damage, able to shield his team from the sniper of Revlo. Toby Larone engages, able to build up that punch. Transcendence comes out from Cape Seigneur, able to keep Toby up. The rock comes out from Uncle Ben, manages to cancel the punch from Toby Larone. However, Void with the blade gets 2. Kinda sad I missed that. I'm sorry, Void. We'll go back in the replay and watch it afterwards. But my goodness, that is one hell of a time bank for Doomfist Doors. Finishing, they have 4 minutes 27 to push this next point. Meanwhile, Winton Wheelies only have a minute. They capped in overtime. I'm gonna be honest. It's not looking good for Winton Wheelies on this map. We expected them to be very, very good. I even was able to speak with Uncle Ben prior to this match. And he said he doesn't expect to play Rialto today because the enemy team won't pick it because he's good at it, and they'll probably win before Escort. And it seems like that hubris might be biting him because Doomfist Doors looking very, very clean on the attack. Look at the defending comp because I'm not getting baited by the Queen Bee Moira. So we're going to be seeing the pretty standard, we've come to expect it from them. The Widow Soldier. Interesting we're seeing Baptiste. I guess it's much more defensive than the Zen. It'll be interesting to see how much value Cape Seigneur is able to get. When he was hitting so many headshots as Zenyatta, he was putting a lot of damage into the enemy team. Queen Bee, I'm going to need you to swap off that Moira.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, it looks like Winton Wheelies are actually going to be sticking with the Moira, at least for now. Uncle Ben takes the high ground position very, very early on, and we actually have Dintimid over on the Genji this time. The dive onto Sam and F. There are 3 people on Revlo right now, able to take him out. Void's on point, getting dove. Should be able to be kept alive though. Toby Larone getting very, very low and is now hacked. That really stings if you're Toby, but able to stay alive thanks to the healing from Sam and Cape. Toby making the correct call, I believe, here, playing on point, buying as much time as possible. They will probably not win this fight, but it's going to be overtime by the time they hit first point, and that is very, very strong.
I must recharge. Hold on.
It's unlikely the Doomfist Doors are going to get a second hold on this point 1. They would have to go very, very quickly, and I don't believe they'll get it. But holding bridge is a very viable tactic. Danny actually going in behind, but Revlo able to take out Uncle Ben very, very early. Queen Bee uses the fade, however, is taken out. Ladani able to get out, but is barely able to touch the point and is taken out. That is actually a very, very strong defense from Doomfist Doors. They played flawlessly for losing members so early in that first fight to then holding just on bridge. Flawless gameplay. Honestly, for players of this caliber, you can't fault it. I think they played that very, very well, and it's very, very impressive to see them holding their own on Rialto. Uncle Ben, I can imagine, probably a little tilted at that one, as I don't think he expected to disappear. I'm going to assume Revlo hit a multitude of headshots onto him, because he was there 1 second, he was gone the next. It was a very, very good play.
Ready for battle.
I'm not going to talk about the Moira pick. Let's take a look at what the defending team Winton Wheelies is going to be pulling out now. The Monkey, Genji Sojourn, and a Kiriko. This is very similar to what they were running on the first point of this map. And, well, the enemy team finished with 3 minutes 27 left. So it maybe didn't get the value they expected.
3, 2,
Okay, Revlo looks to be running the Symmetra here,
stop
which
the
is
melee.
very odd. It looks like they're going to be TPing up onto this high ground to try and catch out Queen Bee and Silent Llama. The nade comes out but wasn't actually able to anti anyone. Void gets very, very low. Immortality is used and the anti does actually now hit. Void taken out very early here. Oh, the teleport, the aggressive teleport onto Ladani is a very odd play. However, it doesn't look like... It looks like Winton Wheelies are adapting very well to this. People aren't able to take out Queen Bee, but Revlo loses his life for it, and Doomfist Doors are now able to start getting some cart push. Very importantly, Toblerone is very close to that slam that, you know, he's hit a couple people with so far. He's performed very, very well on this Reinhardt. The aggressive dive from Void onto Uncle Ben almost cost him his life. Uncle Ben able to hold a very aggressive position here as there's not a lot of high ground contention from this team. However, Revlo onto the Tracer, able to take out Silent Llama. Looks to be pressuring out Uncle Ben, who has just built Primal actually. Pops the Primal. Decides to go in. Might be able to take out Void, however, is very, very low. The snipe onto Void, almost taking him out, but that is almost 2 minutes. Burnt off the clock now for Doomfist Doors. They're not able to stage this attack. Like, the Doomfist Doors kind of lacking a little bit on this attack. Revlo is able to get picks relatively consistently on each point. The window comes out from Cape Seigneur. However, the blade comes out from Dintimit. Able to take him out. Able to... Oh, that cancels the slam from Toblerone. Oh, it's fallen to pieces. Doomfist Doors committing 2 ults in a lost fight and not able to get any value. There was, however, 2 ults also spent by Winton Wheelies, so the ult economy is a little close. It'll be interesting to see who this nano goes onto from Queen Bee. Able to play very safe, very far in the backline. Revlo aiming to get the pulse bomb. Takes out Ladani. That was not the intended target, but you'll take it. Uncle Ben is the receiver of this nano boost. Jumps onto Kitchener, but Toblerone has taken out 2. Able to punch Ben. Push him back. Silent Llama in the backline uses the TP to actually get back onto point. That's going to hurt. Samanef also taken out, so both the NA supports are no longer in this fight, but Uncle Ben is just able to take out everyone. Winton feeling so strong in this patch. And that is, we are down to 1 minute left. What looked like such a great first round from Doomfist Doors might be falling apart now. 60 seconds on the clock. They do have an ultimate available, and they might be able to build ultimates for a second fight. Uncle Ben aggressively onto Void, has built another Primal actually from that last fight. Just doing so much damage to the enemy team, able to keep his team safe. And with the Rush and Primal available against just a Rush and maybe a Doomfist ult. An early rush from Sam considering Void was nearly at the visor, however, dies before being able to build it. Cape Jr. also looking to be taken out here. Uncle Ben kind of melting faces on this Winston. Very, very strong. Able to take out 3, and we are down 2. That basically was final fight. It's unlikely there's going to be a consistent touch now. Void able to sprint onto point, may have actually committed too early. Reveler able to blink onto point now. It'll be interesting to see whether he can get value, but Queen Bee is able to take out Capes Jr. on this Lucio. And it's looking like it's all over. It's looking like it's time. Ladani popping the overclock. And that's it. That's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. We have Winton Wheelies as the victor of this map. A great showing from them. It looked a little rough on the second half of Flashpoint, and it looked a little rough on the defense of this, but they really pulled it back and got that first point defense. They got the full hold for longer than what was potentially necessary. That made no sense. But that does mean our victor today is Winton Wheelies. And extremely, extremely good showing from them. And honestly, I think both teams can be proud of how they played today. I'm swapping back to this cam while I do like a little outro thing. Sorry if I look like I'm sweaty, my radiator's on and this is a hot suit, literally. However, very, very good game today. Winton Wheelies are our victors, and we're also going to be picking my player of the match, and I'm not stealing this from anyone. So, Dong's player of the match today, there is no bias here, and I know people are going to say it's biased. Today's player of the match is going to be Uncle Ben, because his play on the tank, especially on that final defense on Rialto, was flawless. We're not going to talk about his Wrecking Ball on Flashpoint, because I think there was a little bit of maybe trying to ego the enemy team and losing because of it. He paid for his hubris and he bought it back on Rialto. So very, very strong showing from Uncle Ben, so I'd like to congratulate him. And I'd also like to thank him for organizing this show match, because this thing sucks to organize. Getting 10, 11 people all together at the same time, able to all play together, getting them to scrim and play games. Thank you, Uncle Ben, for trying to organize all this. We appreciate it, and I hope everyone in the audience had fun. This is my first time being here on stage, and we're going to do an interview with Uncle Ben, but I gotta set that up, so we're gonna go to an away screen soon, but I'm gonna talk a little bit about how those matches went. So, let me take a look at what the first map was, because I've already forgotten. It was Samoa, and it was a pretty clean 2-0. The match was very close individually. The 2-0 doesn't tell the entire story, but it was pretty cleanly Winton Wheelies, and I think from that point we expected a little bit of a snowball. They had the confidence, they had the ability. We said them to just sweep, and that is what we saw in Eichenwald, which was our second map. And Eichenwald was a very one-sided map, and it really played to a lot of the strengths of Winton Wheelies. It's odd that Doomfist decided to pick it. I know they have Revlo on their team, and Revlo is very good on Eichenwald. However, Winton Wheelies did have Uncle Ben, Ladani, Dintimit, people who just flawless on that map. Very, very strong. And it plays to a lot of their hero strengths. You can play Uncle Ben on the Sigma or the Ramatra, and you can put Dintimit on Junkrat for third point, and there are so many things that could have gone wrong. Then we went to Flashpoint, and Flashpoint is where we actually saw Doomfist Doors get their first and only point. Now, how valid that point is, I'm going to say 100%, because they played well, and the enemy team, Winton Wheelies, tried to ego, and I'm going to call them out for this, because as much as it was entertaining, it was dumb, because you played bad heroes and you paid for it. Um, and even on third point, when you swapped back to a proper team comp and looked like you were actually properly trying to win, Doomfist were able to pull it out of the bag and get that win and get that map point, which is something we did not expect. The reverse sweep on Suravasa, very, very good from them, and you have to shout out Toby Larone for the double headshot slam. Very, very impressive from him, and actually forcing Reinhardt on Rialto as well. Even though it was our final map and did go the way of Winton Wheelies, playing Reinhardt on that map is not an easy feat, and I think he did very well considering that. We are going to go to a very short break, and I'm going to set up the interview with today's player of the match, Uncle Ben, sponsored by me, because I'm putting all the effort in. So, today's player of the match, sponsored by me. It's Uncle Ben. I will see you soon with an interview with him, so don't go anywhere. Uh, okay, why are you not there? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have with us Uncle Ben, and I'm a little confused as to why. Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Uncle Ben doesn't have a camera today because I can't fix it on the fly. But here he is. It says
Just
Pickle
imagine
Engines.
the Giga Chat face.
Yeah, imagine Uncle Ben. I will be Uncle Ben. So you got like the. Yeah. Okay. Ben, how are you feeling? Let me turn the music down.
I'm shaking. I'm quaking. I'm quaking slightly. I'm still trembling. I did my classic victory of go and lie down on the floor and then just scream a little bit.
That's a very good victory and a very well done for winning 3-1. I do need to ask you, what happened on Flashpoint?
Okay. So it was going well. Okay. First 2 points down. We're playing well. Okay. And then B said, and I quote, "Guys, let's get goofy with it." Okay. And I decided to follow that order to like the letter and just went into spawn pink ball. Okay.
So,
And after first point that we'd lost, Daniel's like, "Okay, maybe we're gonna need someone other than ball because even this is too goofy." And then it turned out that Doomfist Stores actually learned how to play the game after that.
Yeah, it was very satisfying as a viewer to see you all swap back to actual heroes on the final point of Flashpoint and still lose that fight.
I,
That
I,
was
I won't I
that was
won't
good.
lie. Like even we switched back and we still got absolutely rolled. I am actually slightly convinced because they switched to that when we switched to get Goofy. I'm actually kind of convinced they would have won the game either way. Even if we hadn't got Goofy, I actually think they just started playing really well.
I did expect to see the Hammer 1v1 coming out from Revlo and Danny at one point. However, we didn't get to see that. Um, and I've got to ask you, Rialto, its enemy team has 4 points. They have 4 minutes to cap first point. How are you feeling at that point?
Bro, we were trembling slightly. I know when we were about to attack, um, Jake was asking what map we're gonna pick next, and then me and Daniel screamed, saying it's not over. We've won this game. Just think about the victory. Um, and when it got to defense, it was basically just let's just play turbo aggressive, and just kill them before they kill us. And luckily, it worked out.
And it worked out. I mean, a very, very good showing from you. And I do have one final question for you.
Okay.
On the enemy team of Toby Larone, Revlo, Void, Sam, and Cape, if they had won today's match, who do you recognize from your game? Who do you think should have got Ben's player of the match today
Oh,
on that enemy
Ollie,
team?
bro, Ollie.
Ollie, so
No, like
for you
no.
at home, that's Revlo.
If you heard our like comms when he picked Widow, it was just shambles. It was just the team that had like rolled the first two maps was gone.
A
It
little
was
bit of
over.
quaking in your boots, you may
Yeah,
say.
no, yeah, it was just like we were lost. He just appeared out of nowhere, phased out of reality, just killed us, and then disappeared again.
Classic Widowmaker things, you love to see it. Well, Ben, I'm gonna say goodbye to you here, and big thank you for the interview, and congratulations again on your game.
I did it.
You did it,
Woo!
ladies
It
and
was
gents.
just me.
Yeah,
I soloed.
yeah, I'm gonna ask you to leave the Discord call because I don't
Oh,
have
oh
Discord
yeah.
open. So,
Okay, yeah. Bye.
and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to today's show match. We have had a wonderful game, a not as one-sided as we expected game, and I think everyone can come out of that feeling like they played well and they did their best. And even though the team we expected to win won, it was not clean, it was not a sweep, and we look forward to the next one, which might be next year. Who knows? I'm not the one who organizes it, and it's a nightmare from what I hear. So, thank you all for tuning in. It's so nice streaming without the chat being visible because you guys could be flaming me. I don't know. It's great. I will see you guys again soon. Once again, I've been your host, The Dong, also known as Max if you know me personally, but you don't, so don't call me that. That's weird. Bye bye, everyone. I don't have a stop stream button, so I'm going to walk over there and I'm going to end stream. Yep, okay.